Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cher. So it's getting to be a fall season, even though in Florida it is still very, very hot. So it's really hard for me to think ahead on some of these videos, but I know other people around the country and in other parts of the world are already experiencing fall temperatures. So, and you know, I do have fall on the mind. So I thought we would go through and do a best of fall eyeshadow palettes video, and I love to do these like each season. So if that interests you and you want to see what palettes I've got here that are going to be fantastic for the fall season, then make sure you pop that subscribe button. I love to do these kind of videos ever so often. We go through different eyeshadow palettes, different makeup looks. I'm a professional makeup artist, so I love makeup. You'll see a lot of beauty here. I'm also a big beauty box person on the channel, so if you love beauty boxes and unboxings and spoilers and all that, you'll want to stick around. All right, so let's get started and see my top eyeshadow palettes for fall. This is from my collection, just the palettes I'm going to be using, so I thought we'd run through them all. So when I think of fall colors, I think of, you know, the changing of the leaves, browns and golds, and a little bit of burgundies and even greens like this color green. And so it's really, this is the assortment that I have the most of. My eyeshadow collection is out of control when it comes to the fall color ones, because anything that's kind of like those neutral colors, your everyday wear colors people wear, that's all like fall eyeshadow palettes. And I have a ton of those. And I also have, you know, several of those shades for my pro makeup kit, because most people want neutral colors, you know, soft colors, not like a lot of crazy colors and everything in their bridal makeup looks and in their, you know, regular like professional headshots and photographs. You know, most people want just your standard neutral colors, and those tend to work very well as fall colors too. They tend to be browns and tans, you know. So I have a ton. So it's very hard to narrow down. I have so many, but I wanted to kind of pick like my top favorite ones. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through all of mine, because that would be a very long video. We're just going to pick the top ones. So let's start off. This is, a lot of these I got in like Ipsy and BoxyCharm, and so I love it. Some of them I have pulled out of my pro makeup kit that I'm not using anymore, but they still make fabulous fall palettes in my opinion. And some I've just purchased on my own, but let's start sorting through them. And also this is going to be a mix of all different, you know, prices and kinds. I'm going to have drugstore and high end, and, you know, just a mix of everything in between. So the first one that I'm really liking is this Cab Cosmetics, and I got this in the Chic Beauty box. Look at this color story. Does that not scream fall to you? Definitely screams fall to me. Lots of oranges and burgundies and brown shades, that kind of thing. I've only played with it a couple of times, but I love it. I love all the colors in this. So I thought that was definitely a fabulous, fabulous color story for fall. Next, we have the Ciete London Spice Palette. And I think we got this maybe in the fall time in a BoxyCharm. I think a BoxyCharm. But definitely those colors scream fall to me. You got the golds and the burgundies, a little brown there. So this is going to be great to pull out now. I haven't played much with it at all either, but now that it's fall, I will start wearing it again. I also really love Pixie Beauty, and I used to use this palette all the time as my everyday wear, and I haven't done it in a while, but I love it. And so this one screams fall to me also. It really makes pretty colors, and it's such a good quality for like drugstore makeup. I absolutely love this color story. So I think another one that's good for fall. You've seen this one already. I think I put it in a top pick for the summer palettes, but I think that it has to be mentioned in the fall also, and that is the ABH, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. I mean, look at those colors, those golds in there, especially. You have to mention them for fall, I think. And these are, this is bronze and blush in here too that goes with it. And this came in maybe Icon Box or BoxyCharm. Absolutely love it. But I am a big ABH person, so when I get ABH products, I get very excited. I will probably mention this again around Valentine's Day. I think it makes really, because it has really soft pinks, very pretty. It's actually a dupe for this one too, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this is the Makeup Revolution, what is it called? Reloaded Velvet Rose. And it has very fall-like colors to me, but also those like pinks in it as well. But the burgundies and the golds, very like smoky looks also. Now, like I said, it's a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, which I'm going to include too. This was in my pro makeup kit, but I'm using it for personal use now. And I don't know, do you think it's a dupe for it because it has a lot of the same, like those pinks and burgundies there, and then the gold shades, if you see, but slightly different. And then it also has, you know, the smoky. But yeah, very similar color story, but I think both I'm going to include for my fall eyeshadow palettes. Okay, another one we just got in BoxyCharm is the Violet Voss Berries and Cream Dreams palette. Oh, so stunning. Now, this is definitely going to be a little better for like Valentine's Day time, I think, but the berries in this, that very like berry burgundy color is why I'm including it for fall, but it's probably more Valentine's Day. So I should probably really save this for winter, but I'm still going to include it because the berries remind me of fall. I don't know. Now, I noticed though that this was probably exclusive to Ipsy because it's not for sale anywhere. It's not on Violet Voss site. It's not on Sephora, nowhere. The only places that you can find this is on like eBay type sites, like the resale sites. So I'm thinking that this was just an Ipsy drop. So I really shouldn't even include it, but sorry. Next, I also have Arbonne, which I shouldn't include this either because they're no longer going to be selling their makeup anymore. But this was a palette I used all the time. This is their volume 1. It's all in the eyes. Still makes a fabulous fall palette. You can see all the colors that are like screaming fall. So I will continue to use it, but I don't know how long you'll be able to purchase it if you like it. It is an MLM, Arbonne is. And then I also have to include this Il Makiage. I mean, it's only 4 shades, but this is such a posh, amazing palette. I'm so in love with it. It makes a very subtle color though, not very like ultra pigmented crazy, but that's definitely, you know, fall shades, neutral shades. If you want a very subtle neutral look for fall, this is it. And we got this in Boxy as well, I think. Color Boss Squad is the name of it, and I absolutely love it. Okay, and then I think the Juvia's Place Warrior palette, I mean, this is just, I have used this so many times for like fall looks, the fall leaves, very golden warrior, golden goddess look. I've even done professional makeup with it, making like the golden goddess like costume for people. Love this palette so much. I love Juvia's Place, and this just makes the perfect one for your gold, those gold looks. Okay, and similarly, some pretty like gold, but a little more creamy, you know, creamy leaves and stuff. This is the Tarte, what was it? Sunrise palette. Yeah, the Tarte Sunrise. And we got this in BoxyCharm when they did the Tarte takeover box. And I really like this one too. I think this is perfect for fall as well. And I love Tarte. Very similar color story to that is the Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding, another one that came from BoxyCharm. Yeah, I mean, that screams fall all the way, and it's a really pretty palette and formula and everything. I really like this. I mean, I've heard like several of my influencer friends aren't thrilled when we get some of these color stories. They find them to be boring and stuff, but I think they're great for, you know, I mean, honestly, they make a lot of great everyday looks. I think that they're perfect for fall, so it's time to pull those out, in my opinion. Now this one, I think that this could go either way. I think that this is, I may have even mentioned it in my summer one, I can't remember. The Siete London Brazilian Glow eyeshadow palette, another Boxy one. I think it could be very summery, but also very fall. So, and sometimes I even do like a purpley looks a little bit in the fall. So it's even got touches of purple for that, which I think is great, but you're seeing a lot of like almost orangey, yellowy, browny, and golds. So I think that is so pretty and stunning for the fall. Another one, I use this one a lot in like creative looks that have that, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? There's certain looks I've used this for a lot. It's dirty, sorry, but this is Profusion Sultry. I love this palette. This is one of my first, it might be the first Profusion palette I picked up drugstore, and you can't beat how many shades you get for the price. It's crazy. There's definitely other colors in this too, like those bright blues I don't think are necessarily fall, but all of these more golden ones, these make amazing fall colors in here, and smoky, and over here more of your orangey creamy. So I wanted to include it, and I use it a lot. Like, and this I use for like fog like looks. I've used it a lot in our Travel Tuesdays collab for places we're at. It just gives that like iridescent look sometimes with the formula here. So I included it in the fall one. And then we just got this one in our box, or I got it in our BoxyCharm for September. Love this. I'm actually wearing it on my eyes right now. It is definitely fall all the way, and it includes these two highlighters, which I tend to use as shimmers on my eyes because I can't do all mattes, guys. I'm not an all matte eyeshadow girl. I'm just not. So I use these for the shimmers, and this is the look I created today using this palette, and I really like it for fall. So, and this was my first Laura Geller, so really excited to have it, but I thought that was perfect. So yeah, a lot of what we get in our Ipsy and BoxyCharm boxes, I think we get a lot of fall type shades, and it tends to be because they tend to give us a lot of neutralies and burgundies and golds. Like that tends to be their favorite colors to give us, I think. So we have a lot from BoxyCharm in this video. Okay, now I think I've mentioned this palette before. Maybe I included it in summer. I don't know. I use it a lot for like when I do face painting for people and more like costume makeup. I use it a lot in my collabs. It's very dirty on the top. I think I got face paint on there. But this is the Morphe 3503, and I got it from my friend Tanaj. She gave it to me, so I was very excited because I use it all the time. But I'm going to include it because I do feel like there's a lot of fall going on in here with these golds and oranges, and that gold right there is amazing. And then a little bit of this dark smoky, and you got the burgundies and oranges. So I think it will be great. And you even can have a little bit of green left over on the leaves, transitioning from summer into fall. So anyway, I love that palette. I use it for absolutely everything. It has been great. This is the Lamora Exposed Nudes palette. This is a little more subtle, soft, I think kind of fallish type colors. They're very rusty. There's a lot of rust colors in it, and it makes a very, very subtle, neutrally rusty color on the eyes. And so there's specific looks that I use this for. Now that it does have a little bit of pinks in there that I don't think are the best, but like everything else in this, I think makes that more kind of rusty, rusty pinky fall look. So I wanted to include that. I know that's a little different than your really bright fall shades, but a little different twist on it. Okay, I have mentioned Tarte Linen Bloom definitely before. I've definitely included it in my bridal makeup because this is like such a standard bridal palette everybody uses, but I'm going to mention it for fall too. It's a little softer shades because you do have a little bit of pinks, but these really aren't that pink on the eyes. They come out as a lot more like gold. They really, honestly, everything comes out with a very like goldy, salmony, I don't know even how do you explain the color, but definitely more fall-like. And the browns and the golds in it and a little smoky definitely creates what I think of as some fall looks. Very neutrals palette. Very popular for bridal makeup. Now, I mentioned Arbonne earlier. I have another Arbonne palette. This was like kind of their all-in-one face one. Sorry, it's dirty, but these colors here make such brown colors on the eyes, like very, very brown, very, very pigmented. It's good for neutrals, but it's a very pigmented brown shade, and it definitely screams fall. So figured I'd mention it too. This is a bronze and blush that go with it. Also kind of an all-in-one. This was called their Marble Pop palette, and I used it a lot. and it was definitely like a lot more for neutrals, but in the fall time too. Okay, then I have this old school Naked palette from Urban Decay, and this is kind of an all-in-one palette here. All of these down here, they have the browns and this rose gold shade that I have hit pan on, and then you have face products, more like bronze and blush and highlight, but it makes just such an easy, quick, like perfect for fall look also. That wraps it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed that and give you some good ideas for eyeshadow palettes. Let me know which ones you have or which ones you want and what you're going to be wearing this fall on the eyes. All right, guys, make sure you stay tuned. Pop that subscribe, turn the notification bells on, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.